out to Britney. Britney's free now. She gets to control her own life again. Free Britney, the movement that we on Twitter created. We succeeded. What a song. What a jam. I think she was still free at this point when she came out with this song. So that's probably why folks forgot it, because the family that was controlling her just didn't put it out anymore. Anyway, you know that we as basketball fans, we get caught up with the first few games. Like, we see a team start hot, they're a hot team. We see a team go cold, they're a cold team. Doesn't matter if the first 4 games, like, set them in stone in our mind, because that's when our attention is the highest. So we see Chicago, Golden State, Denver, hot. And like, you're thinking, okay, to me, this happened a bit too after the Suns lost to Portland, because Portland is a trash team. We are a trash team, and maybe we won't be. But right now, currently, even after we beat Toronto, nice little win, got some depth, Nasir little coaching, Portland is not a good team. So you lose that team, I'm going to tune you out. They were 1-3. The Suns were 1-3. So we're thinking to the world, we're kind of thinking, okay, they're a nice little team last year. They're a nice little story. And that's my bad. But the question that I have is, how the fuck are the Suns legit actually the definition of the hottest team in basketball? They have won 9 straight. 9 straight. And no one has seemed to notice. Like, they were 1-3, and then they haven't lost since. They were 1-3, haven't lost since. They've rattled off, like I said, 9 straight wins, and nobody has said a peep. Not the NBA countdown, not Stephen A. Nobody. It's like it doesn't even exist. They're second in the West, the same place that they ended last year. Who knows? Maybe it's the Ayton contract situation. People are thinking, oh, there's drama there. They're going to lose Ayton, blah, blah, blah. Or possibly, maybe it's because Suns owner, Robert Sarver, has been accused of pretty much everything. Pretty much is racism, sexism, all the isms under the sun, under the Suns. Maybe it's because hardly anyone except for me and people from Phoenix bought into the Suns in 4. I was a part of the Suns in 4 movement, and they thought that their run was fraudulent. Like, a lot of people were like, okay, they're a nice little team. They shouldn't be good, but they came up because other teams got hurt. And also, maybe it's most likely because the Suns play at like almost midnight on the East Coast. And so half the country has gone night, sleep, mass. Can't just stay up for games if you're working at the factory or wherever you work. I don't know. Obviously, I'm out of touch about what the economy is doing right now. At Google. Maybe you could go to bed late if you work at Google, but probably not. 11:30 tip-off? Like, come on, son. Come on, son. That's too late for Suns games. But here we are again. The Suns have the longest winning streak in the NBA, and hardly anyone is saying anything about it, just like they did last year. Get ready, though. We are going to talk about it. So when you look at the numbers of the Suns, there's a couple of things that jump out. First of all, everyone is down around 10% statistically from last year's championship run. Booker is averaging 22, 6, and 6. CP3 is at 14, 10, and 4. And Ayton is at 14, 11, and 1. Ayton is hard to say with the Invisalign. So if everyone is off a little, why are the Suns so good? Well, the numbers probably are a little skewed due to the rule changes. Probably the trash-ass Wilson ball. But mostly, it's about this team actually getting better and more deeper that has their stats going down. So it's actually an indication that this team is more likely to succeed than it was even last year. Adding pieces like Landry Shamet, like Elfrid Payton, like JaVale McGee, and also getting contributions from Frank the Tank. Frank the Tank has been balling. Takes the pressure off the big 3. Frank Kaminsky scored 31 points in a recent win. Frank Kaminsky scored 31 points. Yeah, they are deep. They are, I don't know, it's inexplicable. Take Monday night's game against the Timberwolves, for example, at the Target Center. At the Target Center. That's the definition of a trap game. Why? Well, the Wolves have been underperforming lately, but they have a lot of talent. This is a team the Suns went to the finals, so they got a target on their back. As soon as they come to town, everybody knows this is the game on the calendar. We need to show up, show out, and show ourselves, and show the world we're not scrubs. Okay. And then the Wolves punched him in the mouth, took it to him. They were up late. But in the fourth quarter, when the game was tight, Phoenix, they looked cool as cucumbers. This is why you know they're legit. Whereas, Minnesota was just taking random threes from out of nowhere. Ant Edwards chucking from the corner off of one leg. Just panicking. Booker and CP3 took over in the mid-range. They're running well-executed sets. They're cutting around through screens, mid-range. CP3's hitting crossover step-back threes. Phoenix ended up with a close win on the road that truthfully a less seasoned team would lose. And that's the Phoenix Suns in a nutshell. They're deep. They have a lot of defense. They have a lot of scoring. But when it gets tight and the game's on the line, it's CP3, it's Devin. And then when you get too close, too used to CP3 and Devin, then they lob it down to DeAndre. Because you're now playing for those moves. And because they're successful in those first moves, now it's opening up other things for them as well. And now they can just go night-night. Now they're cooking you in multiple ways. They cooked you with the barbecue first. Then they fried you. Now they got you in the bake. Now you're in the air fryer. Saute, bake, air fry. Efficient cooking. Clean cooking. That's what the air fryer is known for. Clean cook. You get it out and it's just fried up. Crispy as can be. No oil or nothing. You don't even know what happened. You just have fried chicken on your plate. And that was the Minnesota Timberwolves. Just a fried chicken on the plate, and no one knows how it happened or why it happened or when. Last night, Ant Edwards did look like he was in a little bit of an air fryer. That's what it did in the fourth quarter. Didn't even realize he was being cooked. Efficient-ass cooking. Everyone last year thought that they were a cute little story when they got Chris Paul. Like, they could be a 6 seed. They did really well in the bubble, and they missed the playoffs. They won every single game. Devin Booker went nuclear all the time. He became a meme. He's underrated, blah, 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 blah. Then they ended up being a 2 seed. And then according to all the haters, the only reason that they made it to the finals, including actually Alex Caruso, the GOAT, said if it wasn't for Anthony Davis being injured, they wouldn't have even gotten out of the first round, which was a lie. That was a lie. So, okay, you're thinking they overperformed expectations due to injuries last year. Now they're 1-3, back to what they should be, mediocre. No, that is not it. That's not true. People are like, oh, this is the Suns I know and love. Losers. But nobody's really talking about the fact that a team that should have won the finals. This is the thing. The team that should have won the finals, the team that should have won the championship, might have been one of the only teams that truly got better. They added depth and a front court, and apparently Frank Kaminsky is now God. So if they can stay healthy, they are going to be very, very scary. And you heard it here first on November 17th, 2021. That's all the time that we have for the Heat Check. Now that we're in the new studio, we will be back to our normal Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. We'll be back early Friday morning with all the latest happenings in the league. Do not forget to follow us on @ThisHeatCheck and @Trysta Krick on TikTok, Twitter, anywhere that you find your podcast. Please subscribe, rate, review, download. Also, there's some haters in there. There's some Philly people saying we stink just because they love Ben Simmons, and I was right. So please write some positive reviews for me, folks, and we will see you early, squirrely Friday morning.